Thanks for pressing like if you enjoy the video.
Alright guys, welcome. We're going to do a Q&A using Xbox Live and the voice messaging system. A lot of the folks watching the show live now are sending me live voice messages, asking me a question hopefully. So here we go, let's take the first one. Yeah, cool, you too. Alright, next up we've got Media Gamer. What question do you have?
Hey sister, I just wanted to ask, since you're popular on YouTube, does it make you so famous?
Is what famous? Oh, well, I mean, just to answer that straight up, I just don't think, like, when you think of someone famous, like, someone famous is, like, a person who's walking down the street and can't, like, help but being, like, swarmed by people. I do not get swarmed by people in the street, and I don't think there are too many others that do. So, although I was at Six Flags yesterday, and I could have sworn I overheard people, like, mentioning Swiftor, and then I get home and I look on Twitter, and at least one person spotted me riding one of the roller coasters, so that's cool. That's always cool when someone stops me in the street sometimes and says hey, or whatever. So that's cool. It happens once in a while. But nah, I don't consider myself famous. Let's see here. Next up, we've got React Risk.
Swift, when the Xbox One comes out, are you going to be adding your old friends or are you going to be adding new friends?
So with the Xbox One, I don't think anyone knows exactly how the friend system is going to work. Xbox stated that they're going to raise the friend cap from 100 to 1,000, and I would expect that to mean that you keep your existing friends, almost definitely, and you can just add like 900 more friends if you're already at your max. So I'll be adding new people. But I think, as always, it's not really going to impact whether you actually get into my games or not. We'll stick with a similar system that's fair, you know, whether you're on my list or not. Alright, cool, let's do the next question. Again, I don't know how the new Xbox One live system is going to work. It could be completely different. Maybe we'll have to figure out a new way to do lobbies. We won't know until we try. Next question's from Ultima. Let's check it out.
So, what's your favorite TV show on Breaking Bad?
Oh, favorite TV show. I mean, it changes with time. I'm really looking forward to the Breaking Bad finale. That's happening, well, in a couple of days, right? I'll be in Japan when that kicks off, unfortunately, but, by the time I get back from my vacation, there'll be time to kind of binge on any episodes I missed. So I'm really excited about that. But I love all sorts of TV shows. I'm a Game of Thrones fan, like the rest of the world. But yeah, anything that's really entertaining. I really like Justified, Archer, lots of TV shows. I'm sure there are plenty that I would love, but I haven't had a chance to watch. But definitely excited about Breaking Bad. Breaking Bad is amazing, and if you haven't watched The Wire, just go watch all 5 straight seasons. Grab a friend and just marathon that stuff. It's amazing. Alright, next one from Gunner. I could not hear you. Sorry, dude. You can try and send another one and talk a little louder. Make sure you play back your message after you record your message so they can see, you can hear for yourself whether it's like audible or not. Alright, this one's from Merc Andy. What you got for me?
When did you get your first ever boner?
When I get my first MMO?
When did you get your first ever boner?
First ever boner. Well, wow. I mean, who remembers when they get their first boner? I mean, seriously. Like, I don't know. That's a weird question to ask. I'm even seriously thinking about this now. I mean, it had to be like in school or something, right? Like, yeah, let's go with September 17th, 1986 or something. There you go. At about 11:32 a.m. Hope that answers your question. Who can even answer that question? That is weird. Alright. Maybe he wants to know what time I got my bonus and go back in time and claim that for himself. I don't know, that's how I'd want to spend my time machine. Alright, Vortical. Vortical.
Hey, Swiftor. How are you honestly annoyed at me? Like, were you honestly annoyed at me in the GTA lobby? Like, did you think, oh my fucking god, shut the fuck up? Sorry if I did. By the way, the RPG was just for fun. Thanks. Answer my question.
So, am I really upset at you? Well, if you go check your Facebook status, yeah. I unfriended you, man. It's over. Our relationship status is now... What is our relationship status? I can't think of anything clever to say, so no. Don't worry about it. I will remember, though, that RPG. Alright, next up from Travasity.
What are your thoughts on breadsticks and pickles?
I don't think about breadsticks or pickles very much. Thank you. Alright. Next up, Mictor. Oh, you guys have better answers in chat.
What do you look forward to most on your trip to Japan?
Oh, what do I look forward to most on my trip to Japan? That's a good question. Actually, the very first morning, like me and my friends are there, we're going to be going to the fish market, and apparently there's a place that opens up at 5 a.m. and that has to have, like, you know, mega fresh sushi, like just caught, sliced up. So I'm most looking forward to that, I think, just to get like a taste of like insanely fresh sushi. So pretty excited about it. But the entire trip will be filled with amazing things, I'm sure. But sushi and food, that's what I'm thinking about right now. Okay. Next up, we've got Bongo Smile. Alright, I'm excited to see what he asks.
When did you go bald? That's a question that's been bugging me for a while.
Oh.
I really want to know.
Well,
See ya, Swift.
see ya. Well, believe it or not, I was born bald. And then I grew some hair. And then I'd say around the age of, I think, 20, I started to lose a little bit of hair, like just one spot, and I thought, oh, like, am I like pulling on it, or like, maybe the shampoo I'm using? So I started using different shampoo, but no, it like kept on falling out, and gradually, I had my denial phase for a little bit in my early 20s, and then finally I just started cutting it off. So yeah, it began in the early 20s, and it's a hereditary thing. But yeah, no, it's fine. It suits me. All right. So if you're like, losing hair, or you do end up losing hair, don't sweat it. Just cut it all off. That's the way to go. Alright, next up from Game Gunner.
Hello, Swift, and how did you start your YouTube channel?
That's a good question. It's asked a lot. The YouTube channel was initially like just a way to like drive people to my Justin TV channel. So I started casting on Justin TV, just playing games about 5 years ago after I saw a friend do it. And I would post, after a few months I started posting some clips to my YouTube channel, and eventually got caught on. I mean, I didn't start off playing Call of Duty or anything, but obviously it's what I'm known for now. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, YouTube was initially just a place where we upload like clips from the live show, and yeah, these days I guess the YouTube channel is more popular than my live show. Go figure. But it's cool. Really enjoying it, and I really appreciate everyone supporting, like helping me do like what I love to do. As cheesy as it sounds. Alright, next up from GoldCat99. What you got for me? Wow. I never thought of it that way. I mean, it just makes me think. Thanks, GoldCat. Thought-provoking as always. Alright, next up we've got... Merc, you've already sent one, right? One question per person, please. Nino.
Do you want a pancake, my friend?
No, you can hold on to your pancake. Thanks. Alright, next up we've got Elite Warlord.
Hey, I've been told what the streams in the past, so I don't know if it's what happened or not, whatever happened to Battle
I mean, Battlegood was a guy who hung out like many of you guys hang out, and not everyone hangs out forever, you just move on to different things, or you keep on coming. I mean, it's cool. So yeah, Balagood is somewhere, hopefully not dead. I think he swung in for like the last marathon or something, but I don't know. Wherever he is, hopefully he's alright. Let's see. Next up, we've got tap out or death. One question per person, please. Trolled. Alright, next up, we got Chopper.
Hey Swiftor, what's going on?
Hey.
Sex Chopper. My question is, you want to be a best friend with me, I don't have many friends, and I thought maybe you want to be my best friend. Alright, see you later, dude, love you.
Wow, dude. How'd you know? I was about to send you a request for you to be my best friend right after this was done. It's like you cut me off. Chopper, man, definitely. Definitely. I want to be your best friend, Chopper. Just make sure you send me that check for about $5,000. That costs us per hour, not per night, so. But yeah, send me that check and let's get things moving. Alright, next up we've got Gunner Ryder. Yes, I would like to do some giveaways. I'm going to look at my financial records after I'm done with my vacation extravaganza. So once I look at that, I can figure out whether I'm giving away, like, games or consoles or sticks of gum. So be sure to check out my channel in September for more information on any giveaways I'm doing. I figure that'll begin around then. Alright, next up, Speedy Gonzalez. Ooh, clever name. What you got for me, Speedy? Oh, okay. No, that's cool. That's an easy one. So yeah, for about 4 years, I acted as community manager for both OMG Pop and then later on Zynga when they hired us. But it wasn't just community management. I was like, a lot of people who worked at OMG Pop were like people with many hats. So I was involved in, yes, the community management, the social media, the marketing, the user testing, the game production. There's like a lot of stuff that I had my hands in. I also managed omgpop.com, and I don't know, just anywhere I could be helpful and apply whatever I was good at. That's what you did. That's what you kind of do at a startup, and I think Zynga, that the support stuff got pushed to the side, but yeah, I guess at Zynga I focused a lot more on community and user testing and stuff like that. But it was fun. Really enjoyed it. And yeah, we'll see. Maybe a time will come where I'll enter that space again. Okay, next up. Good question. All right, next up we've got I Tyler Lewis.
What's up, man?
What's up?
Are you gonna make me console? If so, which one and which games are you gonna get with?
Oh yeah, man. I haven't really thought about what games I'm getting for the consoles. I remember both the PS4 and Xbox One both have really cool games that are exclusive to it. So I mean, regardless of what you pick, I think you'll have something enjoyable and unique to play. And it really just comes down to my financial situation, what I get. If I'm able to afford it, I want to get both because it'll give me better flexibility to one, play the games that come out and play with you guys, in the multiplayer space. So I don't want to be limited by that. But if I can only pick one console, I think I'll be better off choosing the PlayStation 4. Honestly, the only particular reason I choose a PlayStation 4 with the Xbox One is just because PlayStation 4 seems to be getting more pre-orders, and if it's getting more pre-orders, more of you guys have it, and if more of you guys have it, it's more people for me to play with. So that's the thinking there, but I think both systems are solid. They both have their benefits, and I'd like both, but I'll at the very least get a PlayStation 4 unless something catastrophic happens. Okay, next up we've got Black Ops 1-9, lots of numbers. Here we go. What's your question, amigo? Okay, a little shy. That's alright, man. You'll grow out of it.
Which one do you like better?
pretty sure pancake because you can eat it. Maybe I answered that wrong. Alright, Unreal Ripgore, what you got for me?
Do you love me?
No. Alright, next question. From Pistol.
Do you have any pets? Or have you owned any pets?
Oh, actually, a long while back, if you guys were around when I first started my show, you may have noticed I had a sidekick, Mew Mew. I saw Mew Mew not too long ago, actually, maybe a few weeks ago. But Mew Mew was a cat that lived with me and Cowgirl. And Mew Mew was a troublemaker. He's still in some videos. If you want to see one, search YouTube for Left to Hang to Die. It was one of my Left 4 Dead videos where I'm hanging from a tree. Anyway, yeah, I watched that video. But when I was younger, we used to have a bunch of cats in our backyard, and they were just stray cats, but they basically lived in our backyard. You know, we just tossed out some food now and then. They hung around, and you know, they kept on replicating, and eventually became 17 cats. And 17 cats were a lot of cats to have in your backyard. I'm sure there's still plenty of pictures somewhere in a photo album somewhere. So I forgot what the plan was to get rid of the cats, but I think it was just like either give less food or I don't know. Yeah, that was back then. But right now, no pets. I'm probably not responsible enough to take care of a pet. All right, Robbed Wheat.
Hey, Swift, where are you gonna get Xbox One or PS4?
Yep, like I mentioned earlier, it'd be a PS4. But I would like both. Bongo, one question per person. Alright, I got time for a few more questions. Dougie. I haven't answered yet. Oh, thank you for that. But cool. I think this is kind of cool to tell. Like, I mean, I didn't start off like my channel with the idea like I didn't wake up one morning like, I should like take Call of Duty and do games that's not really designed for. No, that's not what happened. In our very first or maybe our second multiplayer marathon, where we just played multiplayer games only for charity. We still do that every year in November. One time we were just playing like regular Call of Duty. We were doing like Call of Duty 4. We were like playing on shipment, just throwing grenades at each other in a small space. That was lots of fun. And it was like 2 a.m. in the morning. We're all exhausted. And in the lobby was Tip Top Joe, who still comes around now and then. And he's like, hey, like, why don't we try this game called Michael Myers? Like, you know, I played it elsewhere. And this is like a long time ago. This is years ago. And I'm like, okay, how do you play it? Sounds cool. He's like, yeah, like one person runs around stabbing everyone else, and they just have to hide. And if there's one person left, you know, then they fight each other with a knife. I'm like, cool, let's do it. And it was really fun. It's like all we played, like for the rest of the night, and other casts we did it. And then eventually, you know, started like mixing it up and you know, playing different modes. You know, I came up with the Swiftor Says thing to apply Simon Says to Call of Duty, and then I went to paintball one time in real life and decided to try something. Played Civil War mode in paintball. I'm like, how can I do that in Call of Duty? And that's where Mortal mode kind of came from. So just started with that idea. I was introduced to Michael Myers, and from there I was like, what else can we do? Obviously, games like Border Patrol, like I didn't invent that, but some other game modes, like, you know, I believe I'm the first person to do. Go me. But yeah, cool. And that's how it kind of originated. Long answer. Alright, next up, we've got Dominamat.
What do you like more, Xbox 360 or PS3?
I'll be honest, I mean, the Xbox 360 makes it much easier to play games online with people. PlayStation 3 has plenty of games like that I love, you know, Valkyrie Chronicles, Demon Souls, Uncharted series. I mean, plenty of games I just like enjoy playing on the PS3. But when it comes to like if I could only pick one of the two systems, it'd have to be the 360 because I can just more easily invite people into the game and like manage that and play. So 360 I think right now is the superior system for multiplayer gaming. And obviously that's about to change potentially with the new consoles coming out. So we'll see what happens between the PlayStation 4 and the Xbox One. Will the Xbox One, ruin things? We'll have to switch over to the PS4. We'll see where it goes. And it's going to take time to figure out what platform is best. But yeah, prefer the 360 currently. Yeah, there you go. Heavy Rain, Last of Us. Some guys are pointing out the other PS3 games. But yeah, there are plenty of great PS3 games. Obviously, The Last of Us. Alright, let's see. Game Gunner, I think you already answered the next question, right? No, that's someone else. Alright, Game Gunner 19, what you got?
What's your favorite game?
Ooh, this one I used to have in my About Me section, but I think I removed it. My favorite game of all time is a game called Star Control 2. You can actually play for free now on your computer. It's an adventure game, a space adventure game. Search Google for the Urquan Masters, U-R-C-U-A-N, Urquan Masters, and it's basically like this open world space adventure where you're going to planets, you're meeting different aliens, and you're collecting resources and building like an armada of spaceships, and you're building up your main ship. It's basically the best game ever made in my opinion. It's just so good. I used to play it over and over again. It's great. No one should like live their life without playing Star Control 2. It's so good, and I'm really excited that recently, someone purchased the rights to Star Control. Who was it? The guys who make what's that game? Someone help me out here. They currently make some like space strategy games, and they just purchased the rights to Star Control. Anyone? Anyway, some other company bought the rights to Star Control, and maybe we'll see another Star Control game in the future, which would be amazing. So we'll see. Pretty excited about that. Alright, and we've got time for one last question. Star Control 2, not StarCraft. Star Control. Alright, here we go. If I didn't get to your question, sorry. Stardock were the guys that were buying. Honestly, the first time I played Call of Duty was when the Call of Duty 4 beta came out on the Xbox. I was like on IRC, and I got into the beta, and I was like, wow, you shoot someone in an FPS, and there's like you get points for it, and you can level up. And that was like amazing. It's like, wow, you're leveling up in an FPS? That's like brilliant. It made it so much more addictive. Like, everyone's like leveling up, and it was just cool. Like, I don't think you got anything for it. It was just like fun. I guess you unlocked weapons or whatever. But yeah, that was like cool. It's like, wow, this is like way better than just like running around for no reason. You finish a match and you're done. So that was like what? Was that 2007? 2008? Whatever the Call of Duty 4 beta was. I remember it was like late summer or something. But that was great. But cool. Thank you everyone for your questions. Yeah, hopefully we can do this again. Really enjoyed answering. Thanks, guys.